You are now tuned in to Hustle Her Way, the podcast, a weekly podcast that celebrates and empowers the ambitious women who are rewriting the rules, breaking barriers, and making their mark in the world. I'm your host, KT, and I'm thrilled to have you guys along on this exciting journey. In a world where opportunities for women are expanding every day, Hustle Her Way, the podcast, is now your go-to destination to find inspiration, motivation, and great advice from extraordinary women as myself and other guests that we will have on this podcast who have paved their own paths to success. I believe that every woman has a unique story to tell, and here we're going to uncover the triumphs, challenges, and lessons learned for some of the most remarkable female entrepreneurs, leaders, and innovators across various industries. Every week we will have either a solo episode or an interview that encaps what a hustle her way mindset looks like and what you can do to find your own hustle. Thanks for staying tuned, and let's get right on into the show. Hey guys, and welcome back to Hustle Her Way, the podcast, where you get your weekly dose of inspiration, motivation, just all around good time, because this is what we're here to do. We're here to have a good time. So let's get into it. Y'all know it's your girl KT, and we're back with another podcast. So let's recap last week's podcast. So we talked about a lot last week, actually, especially when it comes to imposter syndrome. I gave y'all my story. I spilled the tea. If you did not go watch it, after you listen to this one, you can go back and binge watch all the rest of them. But as we stated, imposter syndrome is running rapid, and we had to sit here and talk about it. So nevertheless, that's what we did. Also, official Hustle Her Way podcast information. If you guys are not following us on our YouTube platform, you can find the actual video podcast at KT the Publicist on YouTube, and also you can listen to the podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. All the information will always be in the show notes or in the description box. Also, my YouTubers, my fellow subscribers, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also share this information with your business and bestie who needs this information just as well as you do. All my podcast listeners out there, do me a favor and go and rate this podcast. This should not be a hidden gem. We know that women across this world needs to hear this information, so make sure they get a chance to hear it. Okay, so now that all the podcast information is completely out, let's go ahead and get into life updates. So drum roll please. I'm just kidding. I'm very dramatic if you guys have not been able to see that yet, and you'll grow to love it, because I mean, this is the good drama. Let me put it like this. We don't want bad and negative drama in our lives, but this is the good drama that you want to come for, babes. Okay, anyway, so if you guys are not following me on KT the Publicist or Hustle Her Way the Pod, you should really go do so right now. Always, if you have something you want to shout it out, I always want to give my people my flowers. Give them their flowers while we're here. So if you have any exciting news, please let me know. DM me, email me. I'll have all the information in the description box. If you're watching it on video, if you're listening to it in your ear, it will be in the show notes. So nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into the actual meat and potatoes of this podcast, which is motivation overrated? Now hear me out. Hear me out. Motivation is a great thing, and y'all know every time I think about motivation, I think about T.I. song Motivation, so that tells you kind of where my age is if you haven't already know. But just thinking about, is motivation enough though? Because our hearts can always be in the right place, and we can always be inspired, motivated to do something. But what happens when that's not enough? So I'm really going to go over, what motivation truly is it sustainable, and various things, and what else could be a possibility. So as you guys know, it's not without me to give you the definition, because that is my life. I'm trying to give y'all value. I also don't want this to be a, well, she said, and she this information comes straight off the Webster. Cause you're not finna say, well, KT said this, and Merriam-Webster, that's where that definition came from. So if you argue with Merriam-Webster, that's you, not me. But this is where I'm getting it from. So y'all know I should have been more prepared and had this pull up on my nice little iPad, but things happen. Okay, so motivation definition in the Merriam-Webster dictionary says the act of processing, motivating, a motivating force, stimuli, or influence. So let me say that again. It says motivation is a motivating force, stimulus, or influence. So we always say, oh girl, you really motivate me to go to the gym, and I'm motivated to do this, I'm motivated to do that. But my thing is, and this is not me getting on to y'all, this is me getting on to myself, because I do this all the time. I'm always motivated to do something. I see somebody on TV, oh, I'm so motivated, I'm so inspired, I'm so this, I'm so that. But do you actually do it? Aha, that's where I got you. Because we can always be motivated to do something, but where is the act against it? You get what I'm saying? I know y'all know what I'm putting down. What I mean is, we're motivated to do so much, but we don't say, are we going to actually do that act? Are we going to implement this into our lives? Are we going to go for what we see on TV? Are we going to go for these goals? We're always saying, let's motivate the masses about everything, but we never teach people what to do after that motivating thought happens. Like, what do you need to do to change from motivation to now actually doing that act? And this is why I say if motivation is overrated, because we all, like I stated, we always say that we're motivated to do something, but we don't actually do it. Y'all, I tell myself, I see all the TikTok girlies, all the YouTube girlies putting the motivation stuff, the gym stuff in their videos, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting a gut in my belly and I'm motivated to go to the gym. But do I actually go? No. And I bought the gym membership, I bought the cute clothes, I bought the tennis shoes, I bought everything, but the motivation didn't stop. It stopped there. It stopped at that thought. It stopped at, okay, I'm going to do all this, but am I going to the gym? Am I walking? Am I something that I need to do and catastrophe and set off that motivating thought into an actual action is something I didn't do. And so what do we do to get from that motivating thought into an actual action? And this is where I think that discipline really comes into play. Ooh, we don't like that word, do we? Discipline. That sounds like a naughty, negative word, right? Discipline. Anytime we think about discipline, we think about disciplinary actions at school or work, or when you're trying to discipline your child, and it's always had well, especially for me, I would always think it's a negative connotation for the word discipline, because every time you hear it, it's always follow up with something bad. So we don't think about what discipline can actually do for our lives versus always being motivated. So As you all know, I'm going to the dictionary because we got to get these definitions together. So, discipline. So there are various definitions of discipline, and I think we have to change our mindsets about what version of discipline we're going to use in conjunction with being motivated. So, like I stated, discipline actually means two things. So, control gained by enforcing obedience or order. So that's what we always think about, hey, I got discipline at church, or I got discipline in school, I got discipline at work. All that kind of stuff makes us think discipline is very much a negative connotation about stuff in our lives. But in the morning, there's another definition that I feel that will fit right well with, once you're motivated, we got to be disciplined to do something. So this is what it states. It says a training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental, factuals, or moral character. Or if you want to, if them big words scare you, because when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, we're going to have to simplify this. It says to train or develop by instruction and exercise, especially in self-control. So, if we think about discipline in that area, wouldn't that help me with going to the gym or being motivated to finish my degree? Oh, I want to be motivated because I got so many goals that once I do this degree, I can help the masses. But I have to be disciplined enough because I'm not going into an actual class. What? Yes, my whole degree program for my PhD is online. The only time I'm going in person is for graduation and when I have to defend my dissertation. That's the only time I'm going in, and that's 50 something hours before that. So I have to be disciplined to do my homework. I have to be disciplined to do the reading. I could be motivated all day long, but if I don't have discipline to actually carry about this action or carry about doing a great job, I'm gonna get kicked out of my degree program. Or like I said about the gym, I'm not gonna have that body that I want. And this is me talking to me because I need to get in the gym. For real. So, we could put this in the aspect of anything. Like your goals, we're always motivated to set these lofty, great goals in the beginning of the year. New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to start a new year, and new year, new me. I'm motivated to do this. It is now what? This comes out in July, I think. Late July, early June. Early June, late June, early July. Have you accomplished anything on your goal list? Have you? Do a heart check. I know it sounds like I'm coming for you, but I'm coming for myself. I'm snatching my own edges because this is me too, y'all. I'm not perfect. I decided on this because I needed to hear my own voice about this too. But literally, have you even started to accomplish your goal list, or now is it, I got 6 more months to go, I can do it? You're motivated to do these lofty things, but are you disciplined to actually go about it? Y'all, I don't know who this for other than myself, but if this for you, this for you. I'm sorry. This is for you because, like I stated, motivation is just the thought. Motivation is where okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to, envision what it could look like. But discipline is going to be the action to get you there. Let's put in the gym aspect again, because I really need to hear this because this is me. So if I'm motivated to go to the gym, discipline says, how are we going to turn this motivation into a real act? So with discipline, I could be motivated to go to the gym 3 times a week. One, early in the morning, because I know how life gets after 5. At my job, just meetings, client stuff, filming. I know how life can get, and I can push the gym to a side and be like, oh, I can go another day. So I want to have to be disciplined to go to the gym early, be able to get everything together before I go to work. And that's going to be 3 times out of the week. Discipline is going to make me be able to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. These are my non-negotiables, because I said I was motivated to do this, so I need to do this. So next time when we think about motivation, let's think of a plan to be disciplined and to be able to put that act into fruition and into your life. Because I don't want you guys, just like I don't want myself, to always be motivated to do something and I fall short every time, because I'm thinking motivation is going to be the only thing that's going to get me to that next level, when I know I have more tools in my toolbox that I can utilize to help me get to the goal. Rather that's motivation and something else, rather that's motivation and discipline, whether that's motivation and visualization, whatever. Motivation can't live by just itself. If we really want to go the distance, if we really want to hit these goals, if I really want to get into the gym, I have to put motivation towards something else to get to that ideal visualization that I have for myself and I have for my life. So as I snatch your edges, I'm just hopeful that, you know, this actually not only motivates you guys, because I know I always talk about motivation and inspiration and stuff like that, but I also want you guys to find something to help out with that motivation, because I don't want to see you and I don't want to see myself fall flat on my face because I thought motivation would be the only thing that'd get me there. So that is it for today's episode. Again, thank you guys for staying tuned. Thank you guys for coming through. I am hopeful that this episode serves you in some kind of manner. And as always, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, y'all.